You're listening to LagrungeMusic.com. Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Stone, your host on Lagrunge Music. And today we're here with a very, very special guest, Jeremy Shrevels. How you
I'm
doing?
happy to be here, Mark. Thank you for letting me join your studio fun today.
We're talking today about Rolling Stone, You Come Into My Life, featuring Stonefather. February 4th is when that video drops. You'll be on February 11th. You know why?
Seems like a good day.
Because you go to 11.
I do go to 11 most of the time.
Oh, anybody who watches your socials, Jeremy, knows you go to the 11 pretty much almost all the time.
It's where we got to live sometimes.
There's a lot to unpack with you, and we only have 10 minutes. So you're an author, you're a musician, you're doing podcasts, you're selling people houses. There's more. I know there's more. Oh, you're making your own coffee. There's somebody in the back there.
Some right there.
Yeah, yep. And yeah, you're just a regular all around go Gophers, watch them go. That's
That's
what
right.
that's what I live vicariously through you plenty.
Oof, that sounds stressful.
It is. And I'm just living the vicarious part. I'm not even doing it.
There you go. There you go.
So this whole thing, you were like the glue that held it all together, because I wouldn't have met Jason without you and I being together first,
Right.
right? It was obvious once we started the thing and kind of built it out. I mean, we need Jeremy's drums.
That's what I'm here for.
Well, you're getting a lot of calls for a lot of different reasons, but I know we needed to pull you up to do the drums for this thing, which I mean, being the being the element that was not only the reason for the attachment to begin, and then also being the element that glues the song together. It's pretty poetic in my mind.
You know, when you say it like that, it actually sounds quite poetic. I like it. But, I think the part that I love about what you said, Mark, is those are my favorite two things to do: bring people together to create some sort of synergy for a creative project, whatever medium that happens to be in. In this case, it happens to be writing cool songs and recording them and making them happen. And then obviously being that glue to a song, or that element that kind of either brings everything together or gives it a direction and helps it walk itself down the road, so to speak.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Very cool. And I love. I'm probably half your views because I just put your playlists on repeat and watch them when I need a little pick me up. That's my
Nice.
that's my thing now. I go to the Rhythm of the Road podcast. Make sure you check out the Rhythm of the Road podcast, and I'll leave a link in the description.
Fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, go
Excellent.
listen.
Yeah.
And by the time this airs, previously the podcast was only on YouTube. When this video airs, all the episodes will also then be on audio platforms. So if you're not a YouTube person, you'll also be able to get them on Apple, Spotify, wherever your favorite podcast listening platform is.
Nice. Nice.
That's a nice little commercial. Thanks for that opportunity.
Yeah, if I didn't know any better, I would have thought that you rehearsed that. So, I mean, bam, look out. We're dropping all kinds of knowledge bombs today.
Well, I think the biggest knowledge bomb is when you have an idea or a thought of putting people together in a room. A, you should do it. B, also make sure that that connection has the best chance to be successful. Because you and I both know, Mark, we've had lots of opportunities for collaborations with other people, and sometimes those collaborations don't go as well as some other. I think that's the best way to put it, right? And so when I introduced Jason to the group, or the full kind of the three of us, I was like, I think this is going to be a really good fit. And seeing a lot of the interactions that the two of you had until it was time for me to kind of come in and bring that glue, it was evident that it was a good working process and good for the both of you to kind of have that opportunity to learn and grow in a collaborative space. And then I think it all just came together really well, which
Yeah.
was super cool to see. I always love, obviously, because the cool part about a song is it starts from nothing and then it turns into this final product.
And then,
And in this case, from three guys' heads.
yeah. And I mean, we had been kicking it, collaborating together since the end of 2018, actually. But uh,
Whoa.
I know, I know it seems like, what? Really? But for those people out there in the universe that don't know, Jeremy and I not only work together on the Ultra Mega project, but also the Mark Stone Dirty Country Band project. You're doing drums on most of that stuff. So like we've been putting out a song a month together in the intermess for almost 5 years, 4 years
Yeah.
for sure,
Four
and
for sure. Yep.
closing in on five here when we come around to April of this year,
Yep.
you know, then it'll
It's
be
awesome.
five. Isn't that crazy to think about? I think it's
It's
crazy to think about. Like it doesn't
yep.
seem like 5 years, does it?
No, it doesn't seem like 5 years.
If you can do what you love, you never work a day in your life, right?
Right.
I still feel like I did when I started.
Right. Just as stressed, just as much work to complete a song, uh, just as much back and forth. Yeah, it feels exactly the same, Mark. Ultimately,
When you
just
put it
as
that way, that's like really, you really want to be a songwriter.
oh, sorry, we're not talking about hard facts today. Man, it
Oh
feels
no, it's
so
all
good
good.
every week. I love it.
No, we don't want to fluff it out either, but it just goes. The time flies by, and I couldn't think of doing anything else with my life anyway. So it goes by a little easier, a little quicker, doing what you love, even with all of the the obstacles that, let's face it, like we could have an entire hour-long conversation about how the music business has been given artists and creatives the business since its creation.
Yeah, and well, which is why it was set up, right? Let's be real. However, I am going to agree with you that we should hit the pause button on that subject and save it for a later date. But it did give me another idea that
Yes.
maybe we should be doing this once a month for the songs that we're releasing every single month.
And it does seem like a good idea for both of us. And obviously you've seen some growth and some improvement by leaving these breadcrumb trails,
Right.
right?
Yep.
I'm learning a couple things. I've been doing this for a hot minute, but I still learn.
We get a little bit better.
Yeah.
Some say 1% better every day is pretty incredible growth.
It never seems like you're moving that fast or that far. Like I went back and listened to some of our old Ultra Mega stuff. I'm like, damn, that song is rocking. And it's like,
They're just good.
and I'm like, and I get it. Putting out stuff like every month, even your friends are like, man, you guys are kicking it, and maybe they don't have time to keep up in our fast-paced society. I almost feel like if you don't have something to talk about every month, what do you have?
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's interesting. And I know
Where
that you and I have had that conversation a lot of times. Like, do we need to do once a month? And their answer is always yes. Um, and for those people that are watching or listening, we have flirted with the idea of more than once, but then we get smart pretty fast and say once is good. We're good.
I think you find a pace that works for you,
Yeah.
right? I like a lot of, and I get it. There are content creators that are like going. look, I'm not doing this thing once a week. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
and I get it. But I think if you find a way to let people into your process so
Mhm.
that, they can learn things too,
Right.
vicariously through your process, like they can find what works for them, like what pace works for them. And you can make that content part of your regular process,
Right. Because
right?
what I really hear you saying, Mark, is be consistent, whatever you choose to do. Right.
Yes.
So whether it's once a month, whether it's once a quarter, if you're going to go only 2 times a year, you probably can do more depending
Yeah.
on what your ultimate goal is. But,
Yeah.
and if you want to be a go getter once a week, it's not impossible because Mark, you and I used to do that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like we used to do once a week. So for those of you listening,
Yeah.
it might be 5 years, but I think our song count's over 100 at this point,
Oh yeah.
like
Mhm.
well over 100. So, which is where I think we got to with Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
Is we just wrote a good song and then three people came together and made it all happen. And from my side, or from my corner, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, like it feels good. It sounds great. It's a great vibe, something that's out of either one of ours kind of normal lane, which is awesome. Yet it kind of brings it all together. So
Amen, brother.
I'll be curious to hear by the comments that your listeners are going to leave down below what they think of this new song.
Yeah.
And would you like to hear future songs with this ultra mega Stonefather collaboration?
Yeah, man. For sure. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah. And if
Thank
you
you
don't
for
like
taking
it, share it with 5 other people that might not like it too, because we're here for the shameless plug.
right back around. Yep. Yep. Okay. Right on. Very cool. Thank you for taking the time to do this with us today here at the Under the Hood of Ultra Mega featuring Stonefather's new single, Rolling Stone, You Come Into My Life. And, I mean, I can't wait to make more awesome music with you in 2024 because we're
Cheers to
kicking
that.
it.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. Yeah, man. This is Mark from Ultra Mega Lagrunge Music signing off with the awesome Jeremy Schreffels from so many companies that it's
It
like
doesn't matter.
mind boggling. Just go to jeremyschreffels.com and get your fix, right?
There he is. That's the easy road.
I know. Get it all. Don't miss a damn thing. jeremyschreffels.com. You hear me? All right.
All right. Get after it.
Yeah,
Thanks, Mark.
man. Thank you. Bye.
You're listening to LagrungeMusic.com.